Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again, and I'm back. I had to take a little break a moment ago, but I want to speak to all the poor people. I know you look at me right now. This is the first time you probably have seen me, and I had on a coat, a dress coat that didn't belong to somebody that was dead. I was bald and new, I guess, for me. But I want to talk to the poor people. I want to talk to you poor people because I want you to know that even though today, I talked to you yesterday, you were broke and poor. And you woke up this morning and you still broke and poor. And if you were broke and poor yesterday, everybody that didn't give a damn about you yesterday, and you're broken poor today, they don't give a damn about you today. I declare before the living God that if you're broken poor, nobody gives a damn. But God does. And see, God had it set up that things would change. That those who could put up with you being broke and didn't give a darn, they will be broke tomorrow. And the same thing will happen to them. But I would say to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you are broken poor and you've been through pure hell being broken poor, ain't nowhere in the world I can see that somebody's gonna lift you up and you're gonna start floating high and look at people below you poor and broke just like you were, and you do nothing. Nah, that's the kind of God that was running the lives of white people in America. And I guess they're running the lives of those people over in, they call themselves Israelites, I guess, but they are killing all those people over there in Gaza. Same thing happening over in Russia. I don't want to call their names out, but you know, wherever people are being killed, they are being killed by people who says they are God. And killing folks is how you control them and make them respect you as though you are God. Now, somewhere I heard that in a situation like that, God wants you to take the challenge if it's real. And before you bend to the devil, die for God. How do you get somebody who don't want to die for nothing to die for anything? Well, I guess when you get to that point, you don't have to explain it. It's real. I'm gonna tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I've been talking this for 40 years, but I'm really talking this right now because I feel the pain. I feel the pain that of a person who does not have a house. When I say a house, I'm talking about a house where you can go in it and feel comfortable, where you can do everything that you do in the house and everything is acceptable. You ain't got to argue with nobody. You don't have to fuss with anybody. Whatever you want to do in the house is there and it is acceptable. Now, I don't have that type of situation, and I'm thinking that most people don't have that kind of situation. But everybody should have that kind of situation. That way, I won't be able to oppress you, and you won't be able to oppress me. No one will be able to oppress anyone else because you had that freedom taken away from you because you gave it up because you having the ability to oppress will oppress. Now, many of you are sitting at home right now, dressed up, ready to go somewhere, and you got no transportation whatsoever. You wish you could call a Uber or something, but oh, you poor. You can't call no Uber. So you stuck. You stuck right where you are. You can't do a damn thing about it. And if you were stuck yesterday, you were stuck because nobody give a damn. And if you stuck today, you stuck because nobody give a damn. This is what I'm trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen. To make a long story short, if we follow God's rule, we can all be satisfied. I can't hurt you, and you can't hurt me. If we do not follow God's rule, we're going to be messed up because I will be able to hurt you and you will be able to hurt me. And having these freedoms to hurt one another, that's what we're going to do. We're going to hurt one another because we have no understanding what love is at all. God's way of life, I'm talking to you. I know you're not listening to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. God's way of life teach you how to treat people because that's what you do. The other way of life is just it's getting over, taking advantage of people. Now, I dressed up. I ain't going nowhere. I just put this here coat on because I've been walking around here all day. with those same things you've been seeing me making my speech in. And I wanted to look different today. I wanted to look different because I want people all over the world to know that I'm a black man and I am broke. I'm poor. I don't have anything but a dream. And it's a dream. Some people might call it a vision, but that's all I got. And that's all I've had ever since I've been a man. I have had no inclination whatsoever to work for the devil. When I was bold, now wait a minute, there was a time I wanted to be in show business. Now, and I knew that was devil work, but that changed. And right now, I know that every kind of thing that's going on is, if you're making some money, is working for the devil. Now me, I don't make no money. I don't make no money at all. And I don't make no money. So to people who look at me, I'm not worth the dirt under the bottom of my shoe. Why? 'Cause I don't make no money. See, the world is about who you are, what you got. If you ain't got no money, you ain't nobody. You ain't got no money, don't nobody want to have nothing to do with you. If you ain't got no money, then somebody got to do with you. It's because they have to, because you family. But if you ain't family, they don't want to have anything to do with you. But they still all loving. They all loving. And most of the folks go to church. Now, what am I saying? I'm saying that all of this stuff happens because we are following the dictate rules of someone that doesn't care. As I mentioned earlier on the video I was doing, where they were telling us about prophecy, about the people who have been setting this system up specifically, that have done all the things to minority people and people of color that has been done for all of these years and never cared about us at all. Right now, let me just say this. Right now, you got people who have said they want to be president or who wants to be governors. And in their locale where they got authority over, they want to find the most despicable way to treat people of color. They want to find the most despicable way to treat black people. Let me ask you something. Why you want to do that to black people? Why you want to treat people like that? Why? I mean, I realize you didn't know it, but I realize you didn't have a family to teach you right. I realize your church didn't treat you right, but just being on your own, why did you pick up that? Well, that's where we are. But I was up this morning and I was walking and praying, asking God to give me something to say or give me something to do. I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been walking around here talking for 40 years. I've been in jails and prisons. There was time I used to stand up, but I stopped because I was standing up by myself. And I want you to know that I'm smart enough, wise enough to know that I can keep on standing. But if I'm standing up by myself, I'm not going to accomplish not one damn thing. God might love me, I think, but I will not accomplish anything. This thing I'm talking about people not having to suffer because they got what they need, they got peace and prosperity and freedom, that stuff ain't gonna just come. That's because the people say, I demand it. Freedom and happiness and to live your dream, that's not just gonna happen. That's gonna happen because you demand it. You know, you want your needs and your wants met. It ain't gonna just happen. It's because you demand it, and you cannot do that yourself. It's set up so we do that for one another. The world is set up in such a way that while we do what we do, we are doing that for one another. Can you imagine one person trying to make the world beautiful for them? Just you or your family? Everything you're responsible for it. That's how come y'all have to be out there killing each other. That's how come you have to be out there wars. And I can't stand. I cannot stand. I cannot stand for the life of me why people get married and lie like they love one another. Just go up there and see how many people divorce. They tell me now more people are divorced than people that are married. But they tell that lie every day. You know why they tell that lie? Because they're living in the world. And the world set life up in such a way that they are at odds with one another. All their entire being together, they're at odds. He one thing, she at another. They can't get it together because the way the world is set up. And so you got another hell. Well, I don't know. I just know that this. I somewhere was hearing a lot of stuff about Jesus, and Jesus was something else. I can't walk on no water, and I can't run on no water. I've laid my hand on putting those sick, and when I got through praying, when I got through, they were still sick. I walked around and I told a woman that I loved her, and when I got through saying I loved her, I was still the only one loving. So this is life. This is life. But I want you to know, don't you give up. If somebody turn their back on you, don't you give up. You treat people like you want to be treated. You treat people like God wants you to treat them. And you demand that they treat you right. Now, don't hurt anybody, but you got to tell the truth. Because if you don't tell the truth, you are supporting what they are doing. If you don't tell the truth, you're supporting what any and everybody's doing that you might know about. Now, I feel like I should go pull my clothes off right now and go up and eat some pancakes and go to bed and hope. Well, I want to say keep hope alive. But just the other day, I was thinking about hope and what people meant. You know, my brother Jesse Jackson, he turned, well, I say he didn't really, but he just used it a lot. Keep hope alive. And when I was thinking about hope alive, keep hope alive the other day, I was thinking about people that were broke and they weren't going to just accept, they're going to keep hope alive. Well, so they kept on hoping, kept on hoping. Well, I'm going to leave that one alone, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot that thought because when I had it yesterday, it was perfect. That you keep hope alive. And somebody was trying to tell you, keep it alive. But if you keeping hope alive for certain things, it ain't coming. And you got to know the difference. Uh, it's going to come back to me and I'm going to bring it back to you. In the meantime, I just want you to know that I need everybody to start talking about peace. I want everybody to start even just talking about God. Even if you don't know God, I need you to start talking about a power. Don't call God no man. And definitely don't call him a white man. I want you to refer to God as a power, a power that is responsible for the earth that you walk on, a power that is responsible for the voice that comes out of your mouth, a power that is responsible for your hunger, that's responsible for your poverty. Why? Because you're not listening. Okay, that's enough for today. I'll be back, if not tonight, maybe tomorrow with a later dose. Goodbye for now.